The waterfalls, sometimes they ask you, this question came up already. Here we've got the Lions River. Is the Lions River graded or ungraded? Give a reason for your answer. Now, firstly, you must know what's a ungraded river, and you must know what's a graded river. Now, here we've got it, and it's very important that you must know that here we've got our temporary basis of erosion, waterfall, and your dam. If you see a waterfall and a dam, then that river is ungraded. Now, if they ask you if a river is ungraded, you must see, are there any temporary basis of erosion? Is there a waterfall, right? Is there a dam? Is there a lake? Are there rapids in the water? See if that's in the river. If you see that, then you know that that river cannot be graded. Very important that you've got it. The smooth profile on the other hand, if you see none of these things, then you have a graded river. All right. Now, another popular question that they ask is to draw crossgraph profiles from A to B. Now, we've done this in the first quarter, so I'll just go through this as quick as possible. You must know where's your undercut slope, right? You must know where's your slip-off slope, and you must know that this is what it looks like from A to B. I know that is the direction in which the river flows, so I'll have erosion there, I'll have deposition. See the brown here, you can see the deposition on the side, river is flowing slow. So this means I've got my slip-off slope here, and I've got my undercut slope. Now, if they ask this is the way in which they mark it. They've given 5 marks for this, for instance. Where's the erosion? Where's the undercut slope? Where's the deposition? Where's the slip-off? And if you've got the correct diagram, another mark. 5 marks for this. See that you're in a position to draw your different cross profiles on your river. Meanders and oxbow lakes, right? Remember, in your content, you must know this, right? When you come to fluvial landforms, here we've got different meanders. Meanders that river bends, actually. Okay, there we've got them, and you must know that what's happening here. This is the direction in which the river flows. Yeah, I've got erosion on this side and that side, and what's going to happen? That this neck is getting narrower and narrower, and eventually, look at this, the stage in which this one is here. This bend. Then look at this one. Can you see the river has cut through here already? And if you get your deposition there of alluvium here, then you'll get a oxbow lake. So it's very important that you must know these stuff for your second question as well. I'm going to conclude with urban settlement. Now, remember that urban settlement is very, very important. It's the only part of human geography that you do in matric, and you must know this, because remember that the map that you're going to give, in fact, I can't remember that they've ever given a map that has not an urban settlement with a rural settlement. So map is going to look, there's a 100% chance it's going to look like this. You're going to have an urban settlement with a rural settlement around the urban settlement. And very important questions regarding urban settlement are going to be asked in the exams, in your second question paper. So you've got to know your work, all right? You must know your land use zones, for instance. That's very, very important. You must know your stream patterns, yeah, your street patterns, not stream patterns, street patterns. Remember, we've got stream patterns and street patterns, okay? So what do we do? The first thing is street patterns. Now, if you've listened to my introduction, you would have heard that people have, they couldn't recognize the irregular pattern and your grid pattern. They just couldn't do it. Now, if you look at past question papers, you will see that what they usually do is that they give you a table with a comparison, and they put A here, put B there, and say, what is the type, advantages, disadvantages, right? So see that you know, especially your irregular and your grid patterns. Those are the 2 most important patterns here in South Africa. See that you know that. See that you know where you find that one. The grid pattern that you get on your gentle slopes, on your irregular pattern on the steeper slopes. You must know the advantages and the disadvantages of everything, because that can be asked in your second question paper. Look at the past 2-3 years. You find that. Get your table like that, and they ask it that way. And they mark it in the table. See that you know your street patterns. Okay, now, of course, the zone of decay, which is adjacent to the central business district, that is the PAL CBD. So the zone of decay will be there. Okay. And usually these questions are asked from your orthophoto map, because this is an orthophoto map of PAL, because you can see it much easier. Okay? And the functions, sometimes, remember, they can give you photos also. Sometimes they can give you photos of different buildings and say, listen here, these are the buildings, these are the photos, where we will find them. In the zone of decay. Why? Right? Because they are old buildings, it mixed functions. Look at the renewal there. You see what you must know for all these things. And you can see it all on the orthophoto map if they supply you with the photos. Remember that, don't be surprised if you find a photo of a building, if you find a photo of a factory or whatever, and they ask you where we will find that. You see what we've got on the slide here? Very important that you must know your different land use zones. Okay, here's the urban-rural fringe, right? You must know the characteristics, the features of what do we find in the urban-rural fringe. Have a look at this. Here we've got PALS one. There's a cemetery, power station, small holdings. There's a golf course, national road, sport. You must know this stuff, right? Here we've got one where we've got the urban-rural rural-urban fringe here of Worcester. Here we've got the photo. Here we've got the map. And have a look at that. You can actually see the orientation here. Which one? Here we've got the track. There's the track. Right? Here we've got the aerodrome. There's the aerodrome. Right? Here we've got the horse riding club. There's that. So can you see how you must be in a position to orientate your photos with a map that you can get to your answers. Okay. Then remember, this is very important that we've got here. You must know the land use zones of the map. Right? What are the most important land use zones? These are the industries, CBD, residential, greenbelt, rural-urban fringe, commercial. You must know this. Okay? Have a look at this. Here we've got, for instance, your commercial. Right? This is a mall that we've got there. Industries, this whole area, look at all the black buildings here. Here's the CBD. You must know, why do we find the CBD? Look at all the routes converging here in the CBD. Residential areas. Here we see the different residential areas. Here we see a green belt, for instance, the golf course that we've got there. The rural-urban fringe. There we've got our aerodrome, the horse riding club, everything that we've got here. So it's very important that you must know your land. You must know your land use zones matrix for your first question paper as well as in your second question paper, because that's very important. You are going to get, they've got to ask you something of land use zones in either the first or the question paper, second or both even. So important are your land use zones. You've got to know what is the land use zone, where is the land use zone, and why is it there. The factors. Those are the three more important things. What is it? Where is it? Why is it there? For both your first and your second question paper. Now, matrix, what we actually did here this afternoon is that I hope that you are ready for your grade 12 map work exam. Now, remember your map work exam. Map work starts actually at primary school already, and you are going to be examined of all these things from right through grade 7, 8, 9, right through till grade 12. Because all these things you've learned over these years, land use, location, slopes, maps, longitude, skills, direction, all these things you have learned since you were in primary school. And expect a question of any one of these building blocks as we showed you for map book in your grade 12 examination. For you, for the end of the year, or in the next few months, thank you for paying attention. Good with the luck of exams. And remember, I cannot do the second question paper if I don't know the content of the first question paper. Good luck for the exams.